Greetings, my name is Yvonne Torres and I'm currently a property manager for Parkside and Sierra Park Apartments here in Tempe, Arizona. I have been with Nolan since August of 2009. I started with Nolan as a leasing agent. I didn't tell them that I was a property manager. Actually, I was shopping properties at that point. Shortly thereafter, a few months later, I was promoted to a property manager at Parkside Apartments. About 6-7 months later or so, Nolan gave me another property to manage, which is Sierra Park here also in Tempe. Everything was going great, and then I got another promotion to Sierra Vista, which is one of the larger properties that we have here in Arizona for the Nolan Real Estate. Unfortunately, I was not able to complete the task that I had in hand at Sierra Vista due to an illness, so I had to submit my notice to quit to my RM because I was just not able to keep up with the work due to, as mentioned before, to my illness. On the last day that I was due to quit my work, the last day of employment with Nolan, basically I started packing my things up and got ready to pretty much quit my job, which is something that I did not want to do. Then that same day I got a phone call from my boss, Lisa, my district manager, letting me know that if I had found a job or not, and I obviously at that point I hadn't looked for anything else. I informed her that I did not, and to my surprise they offered me my properties back again, Parkside and Sierra Park, which really brought tears to my eyes because I've never expected to give a notice to quit and then have a job offered once again. I really have to thank Lisa and Cheryl for that, because they're the ones that had so much faith in me that even though I had put in a notice to quit, they still have faith that I could run their other properties. So for that, I will always be thankful to them. There's many reasons why I choose to stay with Nolan. One of the major ones is, though, that I've been in the business for over 10 years. I work for private and I work conventionals, corporations, you name it, I have done that. But Nolan is the first corporation that I worked for that actually looks at all their employees as a family. And this is not a made-up testimonial or anything like that. I actually experienced this myself. I had one of my maintenance supervisors that got extremely sick with also lived on site, had an employee lease, ran out of sick time, vacation time, you name it. Basically, he ran out of everything. And it got to a point where we didn't know how we were going to get his rent paid. And the last thing we wanted to do was evict him. And, because he was ill and we owed him something. So I volunteered my sick pay, my vacation pay to another regional manager at that time. And unfortunately, I was notified that by HR that was not allowed to be done at Nolan. At that point, I was very disappointed that I was not able to donate my time. But shortly, about maybe a few days after that, I got an email from my RM letting me know that the VP of the company, Cheryl DeQuality, had taken it upon herself to take care of my employee, which took a lot of weight off my back, my soul, everything. And it also brought faith back to me that there is still a lot of good people out there, especially corporations. That's not something that we expect from a corporation. Basically, they're normally about numbers. Nolan is truly about their employees, and never worked for a company that actually knows all their employees, from the groundskeepers, housekeepers, property managers, you name it. They all know who they are, their job performance, whether it's good or not. So always do your best, because everyone will find out whether we're doing good or bad. But that's, on the plus side, Nolan has taught me a lot of things about social media, how to do things different, and I find it hard to keep up sometimes. I am up in age, but they've been very patient with me, and I have learned so much that, one day if I would ever to leave Nolan, I know I have so much experience that I could bring a lot to another company, but that is not what I want to do. I want to use the experience that Nolan has given me because I owe them that much, and not only that, I will never find another company like Nolan. Cheryl went out of the way, as I was speaking before, with my employee one of Nolan's employees also, of course, but to take care of his rent for several months. And actually, it was close to Christmas time. He had kids. They took care of his Christmas gifts, his rent. They make sure he had food in his refrigerator. This is something that I've never heard of any other company doing, and that's one of the main reasons that I've chosen to stay with them, and I feel that my loyalties belong to Nolan for as long as they will have me. And of course, as long as I can perform the job that is needed to Nolan standards. But as long as they will have me, I will stay with Nolan, and I will scream it to the world, come and work for Nolan. They will take care of you. It's a little bit hard to keep up, but no one is ever going to give you the experience that Nolan has given us. So if you ever have any questions, you more than welcome to call me at Parkside or Sierra Park, or might be floating to different properties, maybe Texas. See you soon.